I was reading an article about having restraints and limitations to your creative workflow and how beneficial it actually is. I read that you break out of the box by stepping into shackles, which I think is extremely interesting. You know, there's a lot of people out there who are questioning, well, what about having the best gear? What about having a massive studio? Some people might look at my studio and think, wow, and that I'm loaded, and that's completely untrue. It's taken me probably 8 to 10 years to build my studio, but actually having limitations in the beginning is extremely beneficial, and that's due to just really being able to understand the gear that you're working with in the first place, depending what your setup is. And even having those things, you can still create incredible work. And there's lots of music producers who actually travel the world just with a laptop, you know, a small keyboard and some headphones, and they're creating professional musical pieces. So I want you to kind of put aside the idea that, you know, you have to have all this fancy gear. You really don't. You know, it's really nice to have lots of gear, but it's not a necessity, to be honest. And I think just creating within those limitations, it really forces you to think outside the box and create things that you wouldn't generally do if you had access to all of your studio gear. When people face scarcity, they give themselves the freedom to use resources in less conventional ways because you have to think outside the box. I think that's fantastic. So I was talking about limited gear, also limiting time, so time restraints. Being able to set a time limit to what you're working on, whether it's a full song, and if you want to scale that down, it might be something like a beat or a quick edit to whatever it is you're doing. The overthinking of like, is that the right sound? Is that the way I should do it? I mean, there's no such thing in the sense of that is the way that you should do it. I create the perimeter of my puzzles. So if you think that whenever we've created puzzles, our parents tell us to do the outside of the puzzle first, and then we're able to fill it in. And it's the same with making music or anything. If you can see what you're working with and you can quickly put out that perimeter of the puzzle, so music-wise, I'll flesh out the arrangements super quick. Once I have the idea, I'll go, crappy drums here and there. I know what I have to fill in. I know how to color that piece of music in and what I'm working with. And that big issue where you're creating as you go, you don't know where you're heading. You don't know how to get to the end because you just keep creating. And that's where you end up having thousands or hundreds of unfinished beats and unfinished songs sitting in your catalog. So I think it's extremely important if you start creating healthy restraints around your creativity, you are going to be more productive, your workflow is going to be more efficient, and in turn you're going to get a lot more done, which is what we all want to do, no? You'd rather write 12 songs a year than sit on one song for 3 or 4 months or never get it finished. So guys, that's pretty much it for my spiel.